Getting all these infections over a period of time, one of the things that showed us was that the lack of aeration. It's the reason she has to be infected. Is that true?
So moist skin can lead to lightning and liquid. Very often for a diabetic, it is way safer to get in the shoe than it is to the only way to really air out food is to have to be really air. If you were to sit on the side of the with it, I do not want you to even it is so easy to step really especially the time. So if you're sitting on your couch, you're sitting there on your couch, by all means, lay your feet there. As long as you do not have a wood, put powder in you. Okay, so if you go on baby cow, I don't care, any kind of, any kind of foot powder, over years, doesn't matter. Okay, and what powder you bring, what I recommend is just a little bit inside your sock, and then simply put this. Okay, just open your sock up, drop a little powder in there, move around a little bit, put your sock on, it's going to heat up all over you. That helps you. It helps you drier, but it also helps to lubricate your foot and really crank it. If you can those better, it will help keep those spaces a little drier, but it will also help to lubricate those better. So, the biggest thing is that you cannot use foot powder frequently. Okay. Anytime you have a wound on your feet, you never want any form of you get directed for that. You did mention it at the top, but I think if you have a wound, if you are one fruit, I would avoid elevation.
So it's good, man. It's great, it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Any kind of powder, baby powder, anything.
You are on block pad, exactly with that. Appreciate you, but,
What I would say, what, if you're hanging out on the couch watching TV, you're there. You gotta get up and go to the bathroom. I'll wear your shoes. I'll tell you what I'm saying. Awesome.
you're gonna put that.
Okay, we have a pair of soft, like, nipple foam type slippers right by the bed. I can't get to that. I'm not expecting to do something. What I expect is get out of bed, slip your feet in.
You got it.
Very soft, so but at no point, hardcore, barefoot. And that's an average spot for it. So, here, it gets on that hard paper, and you want to step at his side. So, it's not, okay, unless you're sitting down, because this right here is just too exposed. This is just too exposed. It's very, you have no back at all.
I meant to show you something. My badge.
All right. You're a certified peer counselor?
Yes.
Awesome. That is awesome. Have you been able to attend any
I
any
did.
functions?
Well, I do them over the phone.
Okay.
And I do one once a week. I didn't do it last week. I do it today. I got to call her
Yeah.
because she's at home. And so you can't visit someone at home. You got to do it in a hospital or
Right.
rehab.
And truthfully, I used to basically lead a support group through the hospital, and then the pandemic kind of shut everything down.
Oh, no.
It just never has really kind of gotten back. And then obviously the hospital's been in a big transition with NUSC, and so I'm in the process. It's always on my list to try to
Let me know.
So I'll
Because I
definitely
love
be
that
back into
hospital.
that.
I love that hospital.
Yeah,
They really helped me.
Awesome. What you got there? Nice. Awesome. Is that one of those like stabilizing?
It's stabilizing, yeah. And what I did was I do YouTube Live.
Uh-huh.
And I put my Amazon wish list down at the bottom,
Cool.
along with my dog's treats and stuff. This person sent me this, my dog treats,
Wow.
and plus coffee. I'm like,
To kind of support you for kind of being a support to the amputee community.
well, and also taking up for amputees, when they're being bullied.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that too. So,
Awesome.
and they know Miss Sagittarius in me comes out and be like,
I hear.
and I don't care.
Yeah. Well, definitely let me get your tag or whatever so I can follow your channel.
Okay. Well, I said I'm not friendly, but
Well, friendly to people that are trying to help.
yeah, I try. But like I said, when people make fun of amputees and putting amputees out, that's when I come out and be like,
Fired up too. Yeah.
And it ain't friendly.
Yeah.
I use words that ain't colorful.
That's all right.
I mean, that is very
That's
colorful.
all right. I mean, ultimately, there are a lot of people that need help out there, and a lot of people that need an advocate.
Yeah.
And if it is just a voice that speaks up for
And see, it just helps me during the day when I'm by myself. I'll just cut on the camera and be like, "Hey, how y'all doing?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not by myself.
There you go. That's awesome. All right. Well, Anthony will be finishing up in just a minute, and we'll get started. Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you, that's about a small side. So I do want to put you in a do. I'm going to tell you that there's no limit. Just. But I also want to allow. That is the whole reason. A lot of times, folks will possession. But we just need more. Okay? So I'm going to show you the two that I get. We can look at different companies. So this is double that. So both of them are double. They do not make a double death 5. Now. And that's more of a sport. That's more of a sneaker. Now that is a fabric shoe. So that is very soft. This shoe is very soft. You go for a shot. I have some shots. But that's this is option 2. You're right.
Dr. Hayden. Right.
This one? Yeah. Well, that, not in double death. Right. So this one's 2 straps. This one's more of a sneaker. This is 2 straps. This one's 1 strap. This if you wear this to dress flat, wear this to church. So that's the upside of this. This is a shoe, you can wear this shoe every day. You can also wear this shoe to church. It's the way it's very nice. This one's gonna look pretty weird.
Well, we see.
Here, so the difference between the two is this one's light and this one is a kind of cushion fabric. As far as better, they're almost identical shape on the inside. The only difference is really. Let me see if I want you to go. Good.
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. And I was just looking at those shoes. Oh, yeah. I want to try lace up this time, which it ain't bad.
She looks like this. The difference between the one I showed you is it doesn't have.
Shoes.
This. This was. So I'm talking 2/3 of the heat. That's what
I have a sneaker. So I need a sneaker head. And I was looking at one. That's a pretty one right there.
But here's the one that's this is more of a shoe for walking, but here's the comfort. There's.
I said I got that right there. I got that right there. Oh. Oh, the lace up ones are so pretty.
So, you know, they know that these are not. But at the same time, you got somebody else. Now, like I said, this is not.
Oh, let's see that.
It's not going to be wrong. Don't you? Yeah. No, this one. Yeah. It's a little very much like this. It's just gonna be slightly bigger. It's on the same side. You'll have a little bump. Over that. You'll bump. And the nice thing is. It's soft. Very soft. You can't get tired of it. It's got the same line. So that's what I recommend. You'll put it on that. Oh, it's fine. No, you'll have custom insert in both sides, and you're gonna get 3 pairs of custom. One of the shoes. Yeah, you'll have 1 pair of shoes, and you'll have 2 brand new pairs sitting in the packet. Waiting for you to look this. Somewhere in there, somewhere close to home. You have enough to last 12 months. 12 months, you're held for 4 months. But in January, I guess you say that. Yep. And here's the thing. We're gonna make sure before you leave your next time that the shoes on Everything is gonna fit. If we get you in here, my suggestion goes. Why? We can look at some other aspects. So, if, you know, very, very often when we look at shoes like this and we make these suggestions, this is a very educated guess based on measurements. But we will finalize it. We'll just kind of make sure everything fits. If you get back in here and the shoe will comply, or the shoe will compete, you will better option. You don't believe your shoe. I didn't want to get you an extra wide. We're gonna go. So that's gonna get you in a shoe that's shorter, shorter but wide. That would trip impact the legs. And everything will be soft. You'll never have a pair of laces. So,
Oh, listen.
you want to. That doesn't mean you have to get rid of your laces. You have cancer. You're more than entitled to use those laces.
I mean, she don't put one on that for. You don't know what.
So here's the thing I want to do. I don't want you in the shoe. So it makes the shoe unstable. It also creates tripping hazard for you. You don't need to get that much extra space. Which is not big enough. And the minute those laces loosen up a little bit, you're sliding over the. Yeah. I mean, it's not, yeah, like I said, it's better than that. It's more than anything, but it's not the end of the world, but. You know, I certainly understand why you do it. You know, shoes that can offer you.
Yeah. That's what.
You have to kind of deal with it a little bit. But we can put it. Like,
You have a good system. And then we got all of us.
yes, ma'am. So what we're gonna do is here in the next just a little bit, I'm gonna get paperwork put together to send over the hotel. As soon as we get that paperwork back, I will your sheet insert. Typically, it's about 2 weeks later, we have everything in, and we can call you as soon as they come through, we'll call you same day. And, get you the stuff. But hopefully. Expecting you within about. So y'all did not have system? Y'all just want.
We got Medicare, we got the plan. So. It's not like we don't probably. Talk to.
We got.
I'll have to ask, I'll have to ask you on that, but, yeah. Let me ask her about.
I go to eligibility and it should be coming. It should be.
Hmm?
I mean, that's your time here.
We're all good. Y'all have any questions? Let me get your phone. We should have one. Yeah, it's already on paper. Yeah, I saw them have a thing that they said, Mom, if you can look at the floor and then they just lay down. I don't think they got sticky.
Hello.
I appreciate
I said,
Right. the time and the information, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate it. I've learned a lot.
No problem at all.
I've been to Columbia to get you.
Even I learned a lot. So that's
And
good.
I was learning a lot too. He had my. Money.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I know money in that.
I'll get it, you can take some then.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Have a great day.
You too, you too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You need to call soon as we can have them for you. Oh, you're all set. Okay. You want to get started with it first, or you want me to? It doesn't matter, just,
I'm so walking right now.
For that, you're all set.
No.
Jennifer, did we do shoes for you last year?
Yes.
Thought so. I couldn't remember if we got them in 23 or if we did you shoes in 22. I don't know. What.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Yep. Oh, perfect timing. You still seeing Dr. Shaver?
Dr. Hayden.
Dr. Hayden?
Yeah.
Have you not seen Shaver at all?
No.
When's the last time you saw Dr. Hayden?
Dr. Hayden, it was back, it was about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will probably have to have a visit over there.
I'm going tomorrow.
Beautiful. Okay. While you're there,
Yeah,
get him to do a diabetic placement.
I will.
Okay. And not one of the nurse practitioners. It has to be doctor.
Well, I will. They know me.
All right, come on in. Let's
Okay.
go. How's everything been going?
Been going good. fallen once, but
What you doing that for?
ain't got no business. I think I was just weak and I was going in for colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Had 2 day cleanse and that didn't do good.
That's right. Gary's probably gonna move you over there, but
Okay.
I won't do the shoes over here.
But they had me to do a 2 day cleanse.
Mm.
I was like,
You hadn't eaten or anything? Nothing?
I had liquid.
Mm.
And oh Lord, that day before, I don't suggest that. I had to drink that nasty stuff.
All right. So, I guess how's the week been?
I think they're doing real good. I don't know the campus anymore.
Mhm.
I check it every day. Hold on, go back.
Trying to knock me out. You saw that, Carrie, she assaulted me. I think the whole world's assaulted. I've been assaulted. Some discoloration on top of the.
Yes.
Oh. Little tiny callus right there, little tiny callus right here, not anything major. What'd you do there?
I'm trying to get in and out of Daddy's garden though. And, I must have,
Hanging or something?
I must have, I didn't feel it.
The nail too?
The nail, I've been having problems with the nail for a long time. It pops out, but I wear closed-toed shoes and it's,
You comfortable in this position? You okay?
yeah, I'm comfortable.
Any feeling in this foot?
Still off and on.
No feeling? Okay. None at all?
None.
Okay. Any burning or tingling sensations?
No.
Skin looks like it's in pretty good shape. You have some minor callousing,
Yeah.
kind of first met head bit. It's not terrible. Skin's kind of a shadow in here, or a bruise right here, but
I guess that's where, I can't think of her name, was trying to, we cleaned it last time. It's been almost a year, but
okay.
I've been doing the pumice and
Yeah,
very little pumice.
your skin's kind of on the outside of your foot. Your
Yeah.
skin's a little darker right there and right
Yeah.
there, but it's not bad. And your skin's warm to the touch, so I
Yeah.
think your circulation seems to be okay. What is this from?
The solar eclipse, August 21st of 2017.
Okay.
I was in West Columbia and I had socks on, but then because I couldn't walk,
You can relax.
I couldn't walk normal. So I took my shoes off. And I said, I'm wearing socks.
Okay.
And then I come home and it was blood red.
Okay.
I thought, oh Lord.
Are you swelling?
No.
Okay. The leg doesn't swell, the foot doesn't swell.
No.
Okay. A lot of the time you see that kind of discoloration with people that swell a lot. Just because the skin is constantly getting expanded. But
But it wasn't that. It was just, it's, I don't want to say a miraculous thing, but it was just something that happened.
okay.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. You mind if I take a picture of that just for the chart? Okay, let me grab mine. I like to get a picture. If I have a picture, then it means next time you come in next year, I can compare and make sure that the spot's not getting bigger or there's not any other issues going on. If it completely stays the same, then it's fine. If it gets smaller, then it's fine. If it's spreading, it could be a
That's a
problem.
problem.
Yeah. So it just kind of gives us a frame of reference, because frankly, you can write this stuff down, and unless you can actually see it, you know. Choose.
Different issues, because I don't want them to be actually the same.
All right. Come back here just a little bit for me. All right. It's okay if I press on your knee?
It's okay.
All right, we're good. 1, 2, 3. There, just a second. Let's come straight up. Straight up for me. There we go. All right. Now, the sizing has been good. You haven't had any issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did try to leave that spot.
Yeah.
Have you changed out your inserts at all? Or is this still the same inserts that we
It's
first
still
did?
the same.
So you have 2 extra pairs of inserts?
I still got still extras.
Okay.
I do need
But
more.
it means you've been bad,
I've been bad.
but it's still pretty common.
It's common.
Okay. Sizing has been good though.
It sounds has been real good.
I'm gonna stick with the same size. I'm gonna pop this on your foot real quick and just look at how it fits. Frankly, that's a better indication of sizing. Just because this is what you've been wearing. It's a better indication of sizing than me actually measuring you. So this is a 10 wide. So,
I just found my shoe on one day.
press on your form. Get you an extra.
Okay.
You want that a little easier to get on.
Yeah.
Let's go with an extra wide.
Okay.
Just make it a little easier for you, give you a little bit more space. All right. Length seems good though. I'm gonna switch up the width though. All right, let's look at some shoes.
Yeah.
So are you still wanting a sneaker, or
Sneaker.
do you want to have to tie laces?
Not really. No.
I didn't put you in a minute, did I? They look identical. I'll have to verify that. Okay, you do want a sneaker?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this is what you're in.
Okay.
We have the option of this color or this color, or we can switch styles entirely. I will tell you, there's also, they added in these.
Oh.
So these are bungees, they are not laces.
Okay.
It is like a bungee, it's like a cord you have to pull. But they tighten just like laces. They are a little more difficult to put on than laces.
Okay.
But not to tie. They're difficult because the bungees try to stay tight and you have to kind of shove your foot through. But they go on fine, especially if you have a shoehorn. Make sure you have a shoehorn. But the nice thing is these never come untied. I don't ever have to worry about them coming untied. These are nice shoes. Both of these, I love them. They're nice shoes. So they're not as soft as what you're in now on the sides because they're a synthetic, but the bottoms are actually a little softer.
Okay.
And you got all these as well. So let me know what you like.
I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. It's a good shoe. There's not anybody that I've put them in that's not like them. The one thing I will tell you, it's hard to tell in this picture, and I don't have a sample of this for some reason, but that black is a little shinier than what it looks like in the picture. It's not bad, but it's not, that looks pretty matte. It looks like a matte black there in the picture.
Yeah.
It's slightly shinier than that in person. So,
No problem.
okay.
I just don't want a white shoe because it gets dirty really easy.
Trust me, I know. All right, let me let Carrie know you're ready,
Okay.
and we'll get him right in here. And, you're seeing Dr. Hayden tomorrow. Make sure they look at your feet.
I will. I can give them plenty of work from my colonoscopy. Just something I don't like to keep in my house for like, here, y'all have this.
Yeah.
No, wow.
Mhm. So, but we'll, I'm gonna wait to send the paperwork over there until
Okay.
after you've seen them tomorrow.
Okay.
If they don't look at your feet though, if they want to schedule a separate appointment for that for some reason, give
Okay.
us a call and let us know so we don't send the paperwork over. Okay. All right. Any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me grab here. Yeah.
Anthony got y'all set with new shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Good deal. Just out of curiosity, are we like live right now or?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome to our exam room, you two.
It's just stomach.
So, so how's the prosthesis been doing? You're walking great with it,
I want
but I can imagine your soft goods are worn out.
but I'm still using cane like for uneven surfaces.
Okay.
If I'm walking on the road, which is hardly, because I don't want no stray dogs around me.
Mhm. All
I
right.
might try to do a little bit of walking today when I get home.
It's getting pretty out there. Spring is in the air, and
And
did I overhear you telling Nancy or Anthony that you've been kind of trying to work in the garden a little bit too?
And I ain't working in no garden.
trying to-
Got no room. Come on.
Yeah. So, but you do kind of have the goal of being able to get out and walk around the neighborhood for exercise.
I try. Even if it's just go out and see the dogs.
Yeah.
Play with them.
Yeah.
Not really play with them, but
Let me take a quick look at your sleeve. Let's go ahead and roll that one down.
I didn't
And
even know.
do you have a backup sleeve or what is that in the backup?
This is the second one.
Okay.
that I'm using. And it does, it's looking worn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be more.
Okay. And how many socks are you wearing now?
I'm wearing the.
It looks like a 5 and oh, you got 2 3s and a 5.
It's the compressed,
Mhm.
yeah. It's just comfortable wear.
Yeah. The sleeve's definitely stretched out.
Yeah,
I don't see holes right off the, oh, might be a hole. Yeah. You see that little split right there?
yeah,
So that's definitely a place where, air can kind of get into your system.
yeah.
And it may kind of create a little less of a secure sensation in the socket. And you said this is already the backup sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does happen over time. That's just kind of part of the design. You just need to keep on top of getting
Keep
those
on
replaced
the
as quickly as possible, as often as possible. And the liner looks like it's a little worn too.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can shift that sleeve around. So one way that you can kind of combat that is if you at least have the sleeve kind of low enough to where the holes are on top of the socket material.
Okay.
It may help to kind of plug those holes and
Okay.
keep it sealed off as best as we can anyway.
I'm still trying to get used to that too. Used to that sleeve.
Oh, the sleeve design.
Oh, yeah.
Did you prefer the shuttle lock system or?
I mean, I like that idea, but it's just like, it just, um, covers up the design, you know?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm kind of particular about.
Yeah, yeah, with your colors,
Yeah.
you can always kind of reflect that back a little bit.
Okay.
Or, I mean, the main thing is that it's got enough material that's kind of sticking to the socket
Okay.
to create that lower seal.
Okay. Okay, now I know something new about that. Okay. All right. Yeah.
At least you're showing off the logo a little bit.
Yeah. I like that. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah. And let's see. So that is. And I think that was a 3-5. All right, let's go ahead and put that back on. And let me watch you walk and check your alignments. Oh, well, actually, before you do that, any skin issues to note? Yeah, we can-
No skin issue. I check it every day.
Okay, good.
My son, I'm taking back in Dave's garden today. He just found that out yesterday.
You found out what?
And I was taking a bath in his tub.
Oh,
I said, I got to learn how to keep my balance.
yeah. Do you have like a shower chair or a shower bench or anything?
Right now, I'm refusing to use it. I said, in case we do go off somewhere
Uh-huh.
and they don't have handicap shower chairs, but they
Yeah.
have a big photo booth.
Yeah.
I said, I'd much rather do it like that. Because I know how some,
Yeah, you may need to roll that, reflect that sleeve or the liner down a little bit more. There you go.
I said, I know how some hotel, managements are,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. So have you been taking a bath with the prosthesis on or okay?
I got, steady balance, he's got
the doorknob I can hold on to get in, and then
Yeah.
get out. I put a towel up under me so I could just sit and get out the bed.
Mhm.
Dry my leg off first and then.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not falling. I'm not falling.
So you have a process in place that is gonna make sure that you have something that you can hold on to, so
Yeah.
you're good and stable. All right, well, let's go ahead and take some
Okay.
steps.
But he was like, what happened to your shower? And I said, I broke my shower head, which really that's was. I was replacing it and it broke. I said, okay.
Good. Other than that sleeve, this is kind of worn out.
Yeah.
So we definitely need some new soft goods. Um, you know, you could be getting closer to needing a new socket. If you're at 9 ply right now, potentially closer to like 12 ply, needing 12 ply towards the end of the day consistently. If that's kind of a consistent fit, we could be getting closer to that point. So it's certainly something to kind of keep an eye on. You know, if it continues to get looser or anything like that, then we can kind of look at doing a new socket. And if you wanted to move away from that suction system when we do that, we could certainly look at some alternate designs as well. Um, One of the things I like about that suction system specifically for you is that it gives you, well, when the sleeves are working like they're supposed to, it gives you that more secure fit and kind of makes it feel like it's more an intimate part of your leg. So it kind of gives you a little bit better control. But you know, there are some other ways to kind of accomplish that same goal. So just something to keep in mind as you continue to progress. But you're doing awesome. So I don't see that as a necessity at this stage, but it's certainly something that we want to keep an eye on. But what I do definitely see as a necessity right now is getting some new soft goods, the liners, sleeves, spacer socks, trinkers, all that kind of stuff. So other than that, keep up the good work, and obviously keep me updated if you notice any significant changes, or if you want us to try some different stuff with alignment to try to, fine tune things as you kind of migrate towards ideally getting rid of the cane. You may kind of change the way that you walk a little bit. So I may need to kind of retune your alignment when that happens. Okay. But other than that, do you have any other questions or anything?
Not at the moment.
Well, you're doing awesome, Jennifer. You really are.
I was going to ask you what's the newest technologies and prosthesis. I know they're doing it for dogs too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Animal prosthetics is kind of gotten catapulted ever since the Dolphin Tale movie.
Puppy bowl.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of brought it more to the forefront. It's always kind of been there on some level, but definitely.
It was in one of the magazines.
Oh yeah.
I think it was in Amplitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. About the dog prosthesis and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, I've worked with a few more, not since I've been here in South Carolina, but when I was up in Tennessee, I did. Um, and it's something that's tricky because the animals can't really talk to you, about what they're feeling, so you have to kind of use different design techniques.
Yeah.
But definitely some really neat technology there. I think in terms of like prosthetics that would have application in your situation, some of the newer technology is utilizing like that BOA lace dial system that can use basically give you adjustability for volume management or socket fit throughout the day. So we've kind of started doing some of these panel designs in a socket where we have in like a below knee socket, a panel on either side of that shin bone and one kind of back here on your calf muscle that has a dial that you can kind of tighten up. So as you put your prosthesis on, the pressure of that prosthesis is going to push fluid out of your limb. Your limb's going to get smaller even within 15, 20 minutes. So when that happens, your only recourse at this stage is to add more socks, right?
Yeah.
And you're in a vacuum system, so that's gonna help to reduce that fluctuation or the magnitude of that fluctuation. So that's a great system, and I love that system for people like yourself. But I think this dial system is an alternate that we can use in lieu of the vacuum system that still gives you some of that fine-tuned adjustment for the socket fit kind of on the fly, so to speak. So if you want to see a picture or something like that, I can definitely show you. I might even have something. You want me to grab something? Okay. So these are some of the sockets. So basically, you can kind of see how it gives us a lot more creative license to design the socket frame in a way that will allow us to kind of compress that flexible inner socket uh, by turning that dial system. So it has application both for below knee sockets as well as above knee sockets. So there's one that would kind of be similar to, you know, what we do in your situation where you have like that detached panel and there's a lacing system. It kind of goes through all three of those panels. So when you tighten it down, it kind of presses that flexible socket and accommodates for that volume change that you might experience here. There's kind of the same similar.
I like that.
So we can certainly kind of keep that in mind in future designs if it's something that you're interested in.
Oh, yeah.
If you wanted to migrate around the vacuum, but truthfully, when you're sealed off, I think the vacuum does a better job of kind of maintaining that lean volume without having to even think about this. Ultimately, when you're sealed off and you're walking, and that vacuum pump is working, it's constantly maintaining that.
How long has it been since I backed this? Because I know insurance pays off for so much, for so many years.
Yeah. You know, let me see if I can pull it up in the system. I know it's been a little while.
I know it's been about 2 years.
Yeah. But I can tell you exactly.
Okay. I think they replaced them in 3 years or something.
Yeah. Well, you know, really kind of revolve around medical necessity. So one of the things that we kind of look at is the overall, consistent socket fit
Yeah.
and volume. So we kind of use the sock ply as a measure for that.
Okay.
Okay, if we go through. So it looks like that was provided in May of 2021. So it's, going on 3 years. So I mean, it's, it's not exactly a hard and fast rule that you have to wait exactly 3 years. Really kind of revolves around physiological change in the limb, and the amount of sock ply you're having to use consistently is a direct indication of that physiological change. And we can certainly take more measurements to show more objective measures of how that limb volume and shape is even changing. So sometimes your limb may move more from a like a cylindrical shape to more of a conical shape, and that can have a huge impact on the overall fit and the sense of control that you get out of your socket. And it's even more crucial in a vacuum system or a suction system to try to stay ahead of those volume changes, those overall volume changes.
Okay.
Because some volume fluctuation is expected even throughout the day just with fluid. But the thing we want to watch more carefully is how that muscle tissue is changing over time. It will change that overall, limb shape and volume. So when that happens, really we have to build a new socket just to try to keep up with that change. But the body is not static. The body's always changing. So
Yeah.
that's just part of healthcare and part of what we do to try to stay ahead of those changes and make sure you have change every step of the way.
I noticed that this one weighs more than my whole body pretty much when I stand up.
Yeah.
Cause I had to do it yesterday at the laundromat, just waiting for a dryer for like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just standing there and I'm like, I'm still dead.
I'm sure it feels that way if we put it in.
It feels that way because it feels like it's on the lower back.
Uh-huh.
And I do have a back brace, but I didn't wear it.
Yeah. And if you ever need something new like that as well, we can help you with that as well.
Okay.
But the back braces are something that they kind of watch more carefully on, like what they refer to as the meaningful useful lifetime or a reasonable useful lifetime. So with the RUL, the back brace is something that you really can't replace within like a 5-year period, unless
I mean, it was just
loss or
something that on Curad, you just wrap around the track
Mhm. Yeah.
that I got. And I put somebody said I can't find it. I'll brave it. Yeah, right.
But either way you look at it, our goal is to try to make sure that the technology is helping you reach your maximum potential and keep you as active as possible, because that's what's going to keep you most healthy. When you stay active, that keeps every health system that you have working better.
Even your mental.
Yep, exactly. Especially there's a huge component of depression when people can't get out of their house and do what they want to do. So keep up the good work. But I think that's definitely a system that we can keep in mind moving into the future. Medicare has recently announced that they are planning to assign like an official code for that system, but it is a newer system, so it takes time for that kind of technology to work its way into their policies and into their system. We certainly have a way that we can do it, but it's definitely a multi-step process. So once they do assign that code, it kind of makes it a more of a direct process and a little bit more streamlined. But as your limb continues to change, if we get to a point where it's still shrinking down, you're having to use 15 flat socks, and I'd say it's probably time to go ahead and move to the socket replacement. But right now you're in roughly 9 fly socks, so I don't think that's terrible, but it's definitely showing some significant change.
I said it just felt more comfortable to do it like that.
Yeah. So all that to say, I don't think we have to change the socket unless you really feel like you need that. But getting some new soft goods is certainly a way that we could potentially tighten it up. And then whenever you are ready, whenever you feel like your limb is changing enough to go ahead and move forward with a new socket, we can go either direction. We can either make a new vacuum socket, or we could do like a traditional Revo fit socket like that. Okay. But for now, I'd say let's just go ahead and get some new sleeves and liners for you, and soft goods, and then we'll try to keep it as fine tuned as possible. And once we get the new sleeves on there, you'll notice a pretty big difference. And even talking about the weight, when you get holes in your sleeves and whenever they get stretched out, they're not sealing off as well. You feel more plate in the socket. It doesn't feel as tight and as secure. So when that happens, it actually does make the processes feel a little bit heavier. And aside from that, I will say that the system that we have you in does weigh a little bit more than some of the other feet on the market. So when you have like that vacuum shock module pump working into that system, it does add, significant weight. And ultimately that's, a little bit farther away from the end of your limb. So you are going to feel that weight a little bit more. But by getting new soft goods, I definitely think that'll help kind of mitigate some of that, make it feel a little bit more secure and look even lighter in some situations.
Okay.
But overall, I bet that prosthesis probably weighs about 7 pounds. We could certainly put it on the scale to confirm that. But if you want me to, I'll be happy to. But the funny thing about that is that your anatomical leg,
Yeah.
if you weighed the anatomical leg basically from the knee down, it would probably weigh closer to like 10 pounds because of the
Oh,
you can leave it like that. That's fine.
listen, that's
Oh, not even 7 pounds. 5.9. 5.8. 5.9. So that's just a pretty concrete way to show that the way that you feel that weight does matter.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. Where that weight, even though it's only 5.9 pounds, where that weight is concentrated, makes a difference in how you feel it translating through your limb. And also with the compromised suction or vacuum of that sleeve being worn out, can make a huge difference in how that weight is perceived as well. Now, when you do that, one thing I would caution you is to make sure that you have at least 2 to 3 inches back here. No, it's fine where you had it. I just wanted to point that out to you. You don't want to roll it up so much that it, potentially lets air in kind of back here because that's your lowest trim line.
Okay.
But for now, we'll go ahead and order some replacement goods for you, and we'll need to get a prescription as well. You said, I think I heard you say you're scheduled to see your doctor,
Tomorrow.
Dr. Hayden.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can definitely send the order over to Dr. Hayden along with the order for the sheets and everything.
I tried to make sure that your appointment was right next.
Right. So the thing that I want you to do is to make sure that you remember to talk to them about both the need for the shoes and the need for the new prosthetic soft goods is the easiest way to refer to it.
Okay.
But we'll make sure to go ahead and send over the prescription and all that kind of stuff. And the next step is just to get his progress notes so that we can kind of continue to compile that supporting documentation and make it.
Okay.
All right. But if they have any questions for you, they certainly know how to reach out and get a hold of us.
And they don't have no problem reaching out to y'all because because they didn't already know me.
Yep. All right.
Right.
Andrew, do you need any help getting back to your car or anything? Or you-
No, I got called in my ride. I had
Okay.
motive care.
Okay.
I called him because Daddy, he's already got the doctor's appointment for him today.
Yeah, both of you guys are ready to go, aren't you?
No, he's still going to Dr. Shaver.
All right.
Needs to be dropped off.
No, if you see UPS one.
That's it. Okay.